Hey, it's Kevin. Thanks for coming by for the No BS social media chat over the last few weeks and the next coming weeks. We'll be talking about some of the basic challenges of social media that still exist, the same as they did almost 10 years ago in some cases, to 3 or 4 years ago when we started doing these videos. Some things change, but some things don't. The desire to grow quickly, that will never change. In fact, that goes back 10, 12 years. Everybody wants to figure out how to grow. Pick your social media page here, whether it was MySpace back in the day or now your Facebook followers or your Instagram followers or your YouTube video views or YouTube subscribers. I mean, it's a challenge each and every day. Everybody wants to grow quickly. You automatically assume that quick growth is substantial, is sustainable. And that's a two-part question really right there. The hardest part is, I'll tell you this right now, it is harder to grow things fast today in 2018 than it was in 2016, let it go 2012, let it go 2005. People just aren't as willing to click like, to comment, to subscribe, to follow, because they're bombarded all the time with more and more social media profiles, more and more social media accounts. So they're more selective. So it's tougher for you to grow faster. I appreciate wanting to grow faster. It's the American way, if you will, wanting to grow fast. But I think you want to be more concerned with sustainable growth. Quantity versus quality. And that's what we touched on years ago when we first talked on this topic. Yes, quantity of followers, quantity of subscribers, quantity of views, very important. Those are the basic things that people look at. But they're not the most important thing. Because in all honesty, quality, meaning if you get somebody to follow your Facebook page today, are they going to be following it in 6 months, in 6 years? You'd rather have those people than somebody who likes it today, and if you don't follow them back or you don't do something they want you to do, they immediately unfollow you. I see that on Instagram all the time. I get more follow, unfollow people than I've ever seen before. It's not as easy to grow the accounts as it used to be. And while it's frustrating, number one, good content is always important, but number two, you need to get out of the mindset about the rapid growth. It's amazing when something is exciting, when people are excited, when people are interested, word gets around. Recently, one of the pages I work with, they just posted a quick little news story about Avicii passing away and what the reason for him passing away was. And all of a sudden, people started commenting on this page. And they weren't necessarily country music fans. This was just a country music site that was doing just some general music news. And then people from all over the world started commenting and started getting into it and started getting in their own discussions. And it almost turned the post viral, if you will. And they were just sharing a Billboard article. But what was interesting is their follower count zoomed up rapidly. I mean, they added 20 people overnight, which for them is like a great week. If you add 20, let alone add 20 in a month sometimes, it depends what's going on. Well, of course, as expected, we weren't preparing for these people to come on board. They slowly started ticking away. They lost interest. Don't know why they had to immediately follow. You can comment on a post you don't necessarily follow and move on, but for some reason they decided to follow, saw what they saw, whether they were interested or not, or it wasn't what they were looking for, and moved on. We knew that was the case, but we weren't creating this content to get people to immediately follow. We were creating this content just to be engaging with people, to let them know what's going on in the world. And that's important to tell, is you've got to experiment with some of your content sometimes. You've got to experiment with what you're doing to get people active, to get people involved, and hopefully find quality people, not necessarily the quantity of people. I mean, in a perfect world, you're going to get a huge number of people, a lot of quantity of people, and they're all going to be high quality people. They're all going to be people who are going to stick around for a long time. But in reality, that's probably not going to happen. Don't be overly consumed. It's important to work at it, but don't be overly consumed with quantity. I know it's the American way. I know it's how we're geared. I know it's how we're wired, but it's not always the best way to grow your social media profiles, whether it's Facebook or Instagram or Twitter or Snapchat or whatever it is. It doesn't really matter. Back next week, another No BS social media chat. We'll be talking about some more of the chestnut issues we've been dealing with social media over the course of the last decade or so. You want to find out more from me? You want to talk one-on-one? We can do that too. Kevin@intensitymedia.net is my email address. Phone number coming up here at the end of the video. Would love to reach out, would love to engage, would love to chat and talk more with you about this. We've been dealing with it for a long time, and I can promise you this, it's not going away. Have a great week. See you next week. Thanks.